Hey everyone, looks like I'm live. Thank you for joining me for video number 400. Super exciting today. So we are celebrating. I'm going to start by taking some questions as soon as some more people do get here. So let's just give it a moment. Looks like people are starting to arrive. I am Veronica. I'm a Chicago-based life coach. I specialize in conscious use of the law of attraction, conscious manifesting, thoughts becoming things, this idea of you creating your world through your feeling. And thank you so much for joining me. Padme is here. You can kind of see her. She's baking bread. I love when cats do that. I hope you're enjoying the 25 days of Christmas. I am releasing one video per day. So every single day is Christmas morning up until Christmas. So 25 straight days of videos, all different sorts of topics, not just specific person topics, but all different ones. But today's topic is how to make someone go wild for you. So we are talking about your specific person or even just, attracting a generalized person. But I know most of you probably have a specific person in mind, and I'm here to help. You can ask other questions too, but I know that specific person will be first and foremost on most of your minds, so I'm happy to help. If you would like to contact me, you can do so at VeronicaIsles@gmail.com. You can also get my personalized coaching at VeronicaIsles.com. I do have a specific person manifesting workshop program, as well as other packages for one-on-one coaching. Padme is being all camera friendly today. What else did I want to say? Oh, do subscribe if you want. If you're watching a replay of this and you want to be a part of the next live show, do take a moment to hit that subscribe button, the bell icon as well, and YouTube will let you know as to when I go online live. I also announce it on my Instagram, so that is a great way to be first to know when I'm going to go online live. And all right, I guess we'll just get right to it. Why wait? This is video number 400. I remember I did video number 200, I think in November of last year, and that's when I set my intention for 100,000 subscribers. At that time, I think I had like 20,000, so I've like more than tripled since then. So I would say my intention is working. Okay, so let's get to some 3P relationship, and now I'm not getting results. Well, whenever you're trying to manifest something, well, first of all, you probably shouldn't speak to your specific person because you want them to reach out to you. So that's first and foremost. So the fact that you aren't speaking right now, like that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It gives you a chance to really work on yourself, work on creating a foundation for what you want to experience with this person. Now, it's always going to backfire if you try to ruin. It looks like there was a third party. If you try to ruin something or you try to take action to bring about the results, it's always going to backfire. When you're trying to manifest something, you're not in charge of the hows, the wins, the whys. All you're in charge of is the end result, what you're trying to get to. So you do not need to figure out or construct a plan or an idea as to how to get there. All you need to do is imagine yourself with this specific person being happy and love, going to the movies, eating dinner, I don't know, driving together to the store. I don't know, getting gas, at the gas station, just whatever activities. It could be mundane. Because think about it, like if this person is in your world, like you're doing all sorts of things, like maybe you're brushing your teeth together. You're doing all sorts of stuff. So imagine these things, live in the end result, and that's all you have to do. You don't have to ruin their current relationship or take action as to orchestrate how on earth you're going to be together. Just imagine yourself together and surrender to it. Let the universe handle the rest. Because honestly, the opportunities will come your way. Things will start to shift. And that's why once you set an intention, you have to trust fully in it. And everything that is coming your way, you have to judge and perceive as positive and just kind of go with it, go with the flow and just let it happen. And it's amazing how you can get to the end result. You can streamline your results. You can manifest super fast. In fact, my video that I'm releasing tomorrow is all about manifesting. Like, looks like we're breaking apart a bit. It looks like we're experiencing some internet trouble, so I do apologize for that. When that happens, I'll just pause and then continue talking. But the video I released today was all about attracting love and making someone want to love you. So I do suggest watching that, especially if you're trying to attract a specific person. And tomorrow's video is all about streamlining your results, manifesting fast, even instantly. So that's a must watch too, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Depending on where you're at in the world. In England, I think it'll be taking place at like, what is that, 1 p.m.? In Europe, like 2 p.m. Just figure out your time zone. Let's see, India, what would that be? India is like 6:30 p.m., I think. I try to memorize the time zones. In let's see, in Australia, that'll be like 10 p.m., I think, depending on where in Australia. Okay. Can you talk more about a mental diet from Marianne? And, mental diet, well, when you think about the word diet, it's like restricting and being really careful about what you put inside of your body. A mental diet is kind of the same thing. So you're picking and choosing. You want to pick and choose the highest and the best. So you want to nurture your desires and your goals. You want to nurture them and you want to cultivate them and you want to think things that are in harmony and in alignment with what you want to experience. Um, so basically, when you have a mental diet, it should be fun, first of all. It shouldn't feel like you are trying to control your mind. You're just trying to be aware of what is going on. And sometimes those disempowering thoughts are going to still be there. And don't get pissed off because they are. Just try your best and try your best to focus and try your best to choose as many of those high and good thoughts as you possibly can and pose what if scenarios. Like if it feels weird to sort as possible. That can be a way to of getting you out of a negative rut as well. How do you learn to visualize more positive moments? From Cal Anderson. How do you learn to visualize more positive moments? Well, I think it takes baby steps. When you're visualizing, I mean, you know it feels good and you know it doesn't feel good. So I think try to take steps to imagine the stuff that feels good. And it could be anything. Like, again, you may not know exactly what the end result looks like. There could be many end results, but you do know what feels good, either with a specific person or with your job situation or health situation or any type of relationship situation. You know it feels good. And I think just imagining little tiny scenarios, like I said, even mundane scenarios, that signify that you have this particular result, that you have this thing in your world. That's all we're looking for. And again, less is more with the universe. So you don't have to have this big, elaborate scheme to visualize. You don't have to involve every single sense. Of course, it helps to involve different senses, but don't get hung up on having to include every single detail and getting mad if you don't. Visualization is about creating a feeling of abundance. So you're just trying to do your best and you're trying to make it as vivid and real as possible, but also very free flowing and spontaneous. So you're trying to enjoy it. This also goes for something like remote seduction, which is just sort of a sexy form of visualization when trying to attract a specific person romantically. And that's like just imagining scenarios where you're physically being intimate and how wonderful that can feel, giving pleasure, receiving pleasure. Manny A. Let's go back up. What if my SP person doesn't even realize if make her realize you can't force her? But I mean, if she doesn't even realize it, you have to say to yourself, well, maybe there's a part of her that is connected to me, that does like me, that is attracted to me, that can be attracted to me. So I would try to imagine a scenario where you're just together romantically. And in that case, then obviously she would have already realized. You don't want to focus on this part of making her do anything when you're trying to manifest, especially with another person. And this goes for romantically, friendship wise. It also goes for if you're trying to attract a job. Like you're not trying to force someone to do something or make them, see your way. You're not trying to use any sort of force or, because that's a very negative energy, a very domineering energy, like you're forcing someone to see things your way. That's very, it's like arguing in your mind. You don't want to have any arguing. You just want to feel like this person is harmonizing with you. So instead of trying to make her realize, just imagine that you're already together and how wonderful that feels, how you want to treat her, how you want to be treated, how other people are congratulating you, what your life together would look like, where you'd go out on dates, what it would be like to hold her and kiss her. Just imagine those things and daydream upon them. Let the universe handle the rest. I mean, before you know it, she's just going to realize and she'll think that it's her own idea. Like she'll come to this conclusion on her own. That's the most beautiful and special part of manifesting, especially when other people are involved, which it's funny because we tend to wonder in terms of a specific person, free will, what about their free will and forcing them? But I think that all manifestations involve another person, even if you're attracting money, like somebody had to give you that money. So, manifesting anything, like whether it's an object or a person, it always involves another person. So I think all manifest doesn't exist in a conventional sense. At least, when you learn about the law of attraction, you realize everything is in harmony. We're all sort of working together as one. We all have these individual ideas of our personal desires, and somehow it all harmonizes. And when you do it properly, the other person feels like it was their idea. And who knows which came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know. But I know that it all comes together perfectly and beautifully and really easily when you allow it to. If you are just joining me now, this is 400th video celebration. Crazy. I am on my way to 100,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, do help me out. Help me get there. Because that is one of my intentions from 2018. I'm sure I'll conquer it by 2020. Be cool if I could get to it, but before 2019 is up, you never know. But do subscribe, hit that bell icon too, so that you can know when all of my new content is released. Also, when my live sessions take place. There was something else I was gonna say. I just forgot. Oh, let's answer Genesis's question. Genesis Venegas. I manifested everything I could ever want to hear from my SP. Finally told me everything. He feels it was super emotional and overwhelming, but I feel like he pulled away after. That happens sometimes where you manifest something really big and then the person like does a backwards motion. Like suddenly they profess their heart to you and then they seem to pull away and you're like, "Wait, what happened? I did it, but now is it gone?" But it's not gone at all. The thing is sometimes it takes a moment for something to solidify. And I would just feel the way you felt when the first big breakthrough happened. Even if it tends to like go in the other direction a little bit, it'll come right back and it'll keep going on, going more. I gotta move myself. So I would stick to the ultimate goal, stick to the ultimate intention to it, say, I am not giving up. Maybe they're pulling away a little bit, but you know what? Maybe they just need a moment. Maybe they just need a moment to let these new changes just, become normal, become freak you out too. Like a lot of times you think you want this big change. And then when you think about it actually happening, like it seems scary. Like if you're waiting to manifest your specific person, there may be a part of you that's so comfortable not having them that it's almost like you don't know, you wouldn't know what to do if you got them. So if you really, really want this person, I would challenge you to be ready for change. And that's why I always say to change things that you are in control of in your life. Because as human beings, we're kind of resistant to change. Like we don't really like it feels uncomfortable, it feels new, it feels different. So even if like you won $1 million, like that would bring about so many different changes. A lot of people freak out. Like have you ever heard of like lottery winners who like lose their minds after they win all this money and you wonder why did they do this? It's because change freaks people out. So I would ready yourself for change. And it's almost like proof to the universe. Not that the universe is like needing you to prove anything, to grant you these things, but it's like you're saying, you know what, I'm ready. I'm ready for this moment of change. I'm ready for this moment where I turn from a single person into a couple. And I am so, so, so ready. And change what you can in your life. Do something out of the ordinary, break out of the box, break free, do something different. I am still loving my brand new camera. It's a Logitech Brio. And yeah, I had to pay for it myself. No one gave it to me for free. So that wasn't like a product placement or anything. But I just think it's so brilliant. It's so much better than the camera I had before. Like the camera I had before just came with the MacBook and it was so grainy. And this is so crystal clear. So I'm just loving it. Question. Let's answer a question from Christelle. Christelle T. How will you know your specific person is feeling your high vibration if you don't have contact with them? How do you know your manifestation is working? That's a really easy one to answer, actually, because if you have a high vibration, everyone's going to feel it. Like anyone that's close to you, anyone like in your physical range, like everybody is going to feel it. You do not have to be in physical contact with this person. So, for example, if you've made a lot of changes and you want your specific person to know that you're a changed person, you do not have to like call them up on the phone and prove it to them. You do not have to imagine in your mind proving it to them. All you need to do is embody this new changed you with the high vibration, with the, you've worked on yourself. You're more in tune with self-love and this ability to love. And it'll just naturally happen. Like your specific person will just naturally gravitate towards you and intuitively feel the difference. And if your manifestation is working if you feel good, like if you feel at peace, like you are okay. Like of course you still want the manifestation, but you're not lacking for it. You're not um, you're not feeling the loss of it. You're just grooving on with life in this wonderful way, as if you didn't even need it at all, but you still want it, but you're just like okay right now. That's how you know it's working, and that's how you know that you're close. Um, and a lot of people are afraid to get to that point because they think that then they're signaling to the universe that they no longer need their manifestation, or they're signaling to the universe that they're okay, like, being single. They're okay giving themselves their own happiness. They're okay spending their birthday by themselves. But that's when the other person comes in, and that's when the specific person comes in. And really get it in your mind that when you're okay and when you have no resistance, that's when the universe gives you everything. When it rains, it pours. You always get more of what you don't need. The rich keep getting richer. I mean, it happens. And again, you'll know if it's working if you feel no struggle. If you're feeling exhausted all the time, it's time to let go a bit and let go of that strain. Right. Angela Harrison. Hey, Veronica. Hey. Lady Fantasy. How do you make your current relationship more amazing? Uh, there, wait, where? There it is. The dream relationship you want more romance, your partner wanting to spend more time with you, how to become a priority. I think a lot of times in situations like that, you recognize a lot of what the person is doing wrong. And you're like, hey, they keep doing all the wrong things. They ignore me. They go out and spend more time with their friends. They watch things on TV I don't want to watch. They don't invite me here. They forget to call me. You're rattling off all of these things you don't want. And what I would do is I would start rattling off all of the things that you want and this idea of this person being capable of doing them. Now, there may be things you want that you think are out of the character of the person to do. So you may think, well, he's not the kind of person that would ever do that. And so you almost feel guilty imagining it, like you're trying to change their personality or something. But you're allowed to imagine anything, and it's amazing, we're all capable of any action, any personality trait. Like I'm fully capable of being anyone. So are you. Like we are multifaceted. And is it going to come back? Hey, I came back. I totally froze. It sounds such a weird picture of me when it froze. So what I was saying was, you can attract the version of him that will make you a priority, that will give you all of that romance, like any kind of romance, like buying you flowers, um, romantic candlelit dinners, whatever your idea of romance is, writing you poetry, like that could happen. Um, you can have the dream relationship, but I think a lot of you are afraid to paint a picture of the dream relationship because you're afraid you'll be set up for disappointment. Like if you imagine it, that then you won't get it and then you'll just be sad. But if you don't allow yourself to fully imagine it first, you're never going to get it. So why not just try and say to yourself, what do I have to lose? Because you really don't have anything to lose. Your partner can be just about anything. Like if your partner is in your life, they obviously want to be with you. You got to think in terms of being important in their world instead of this like add-on thing that they're just settling for, that they don't really care about, and you having to do all the work to care about them. Like that's no good. I want to say, if you're just joining me now, I'm Veronica. And you can learn more about me at VeronicaIsles.com. This is a live show. It's 400th video celebration. We're talking about specific person, but you can ask me other questions too. It's okay. I like to answer all questions and I'll coach you on anything. And I do offer private coaching at VeronicaIsles.com. I'm trying to hit my goal of 100,000 videos. I'm not 100,000 videos. Wow, that would be a lot. Try that again. 100,000 subscribers. Maybe one day I'll hit 100,000 videos. I wonder if anyone has 100,000 videos on YouTube. That'd be crazy. I mean, this is video number 400. To hit 100,000? That's so many videos. In any case, I'm trying to make my goal of 100,000 subscribers. And you know what? After I hit that goal, then I'll probably just set another goal for 200,000. But one goal at a time. Then we'll just go straight to 1,000,000. But I have decided I am going to give away 100 free copies of any of my ebooks. So you can win that, and you can pick whichever ebook PDF you want. I'm going to give away 100 once I hit 100,000 subscribers. So help me get there. It's one of the things I'm going to do. I'm going to do other things too. I haven't quite figured out what. Um, Manifest 100,000. It will happen. It will. I know it will. I mean, last year was at like 20,000. The year before that, I think it was at like 7. So I keep going up. But it's interesting because after I set the intention, I started to multiply at a really quick rate. And the odd thing is I didn't like start releasing different content. I didn't start really doing anything different. I was still doing the same thing, yet my results were different because I had opened myself up to this awareness as being capable of reaching that many. Um, I mean, it's just like opening up your consciousness of what you feel you can deserve, and you can apply the same principle to a specific person. This idea of not only having this person in your life, but having them treat you like gold, having them respect you, having them make you a priority, having them communicate with you as much as you want. I gotta move Padme. She's like, she was digging her body into the computer so that it kept moving. Okay, I had to move her. And now she's mad at me because I moved her. But she was moving her body into this and the camera kept moving. So I had to move her. Oh well. Okay, but you can apply the same principle of opening up your consciousness of being able to deserve these things. And the way I opened myself up was sort of this idea that there's plenty of people on YouTube that have 100,000 subscribers. Like it's nothing unusual. Likewise, there's plenty of people in successful committed relationships. So for example, if you're in friends with benefits right now, like you can look to a gazillion other people in committed relationships, a gazillion other people who are getting engaged every single day. People are getting married all the time. People are celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary, 50th wedding anniversary all the time. Like it's happening all the time. People are happy and in love, and you can be one of these people too. You do not have to be the sad person home alone, feeling sad. It does not have to be who you are, even if that's who you've been your whole life. You're not meant to be that way. There's not some pre-written destiny for you that you're the loser. Like it isn't that you're not meant to have these things. You just haven't figured out how to attain them yet. But that doesn't mean that you're like defunct and not allowed to have a good relationship where someone cares for you and treats you right. Like, that's just silliness. You're allowed to get married. You're allowed to have children. You're allowed to have whatever your ideal of love is. Like, some people might just want a committed relationship without marriage. Some people might not even want children. But you should pursue what you want and not have this idea that you can't have something because it's not meant for you. Anything is meant for you. Anything. You just decide what you feel you are capable of receiving and what you feel you're capable of having. Like, for example, right now, if you're overweight, you can have a thin, perfect body. Like, you're not destined to be the fat person your whole life. Like, that's not who you are. If you currently have bad skin, you're not destined to have, unclear skin your whole life. Like, you can have flawless, perfect skin like anyone. If you currently, have a real like no social scene, like no friends, no boyfriend, no nothing, like you're not destined to be the sad, lonely girl at home, a sad, lonely boy at home. Um, if you want to live in a different country, if you want a certain kind of job with a certain kind of income, you want to make six figures and travel the world. You want to, have so much money that you can do, I don't know, like volunteer work and give back. Like you could do that. You just have to raise your awareness, raise your consciousness to a point of, I can have this as well. I may not know how to get there, but I'm going to hold this idea in my mind and I'm going to take every opportunity that comes to me. I'm just going to take it and run with it and trust that the right people will come into my world, the right opportunities that will take me here and there and everywhere. And I will just get there. Because the route to success is never the one you could have guessed. That's why, referencing upon the very first question that I answered in this video, don't mess with it. Don't try to make it happen by making a list of things you think you need to do, because they will backfire every single time. Oh, I'm going to answer Christelle's question again. I don't know how I got two on her. She's just lucky today. Will being sad every now and then cancel your manifestation? No. And I can't stress this enough because I have manifested so many things when I have had tears. 'Cause sometimes you just got to cry. And if you stop yourself from crying, that is far worse. Like you suppress your tears and you're going to feel awful inside. And that chaotic feeling inside is going to keep you away from your manifestation. Manifesting something in alignment is not about positivity and forcing yourself to have a smile on your face at all times. And I think that this idea of the law of attraction, and maybe we need to coin a new term, but I always say the law of attraction because that is what most people refer to it as. And so, when people are searching in search engines, they search for the law of attraction. But I really think we need to coin a new term. And we also refer to it as like the power of positivity. And while positivity is powerful, it is not the way you manifest something, because think about it, there are so many pessimistic people out there, like people that are downright negative. They're manifesting a ton of money. They're manifesting love. They're manifesting success. And they're just, they're aligning with it, but they're not aligning with it through positivity. So if you get sad, that's not going to cancel any of your work. Like obviously it's better for you to feel good, but if you're feeling sad, always ask yourself, what triggered the sadness? So why did I feel that way? Is it because I felt hopeless that my manifestation couldn't happen? Is it because, something triggered something vulnerable within me? Is it because someone else rattled me and gave me their opinion and made me feel down? There's a gazillion different reasons why you were feeling sad. Identify it. Say to yourself, well, how can I overcome this sad feeling in the future? But for right now, I'm just going to let it out. If I have to cry, if I have to scream into a pillow, just do it. And don't blame yourself for doing it. Don't say to yourself, well, now my manifestation is canceled, because it's not. You need to be your own best friend in terms of manifesting. When you're consciously manifesting something, you have to be on your own team. You have to be on this team me. I'm going to give myself a hug. I'm going to comfort myself through the tears. That, you know what, somehow things are going to work out. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know when, but somehow I'm just going to blunder upon aligning with it at that perfect moment. And I'm going to keep my eye on the prize. I'm going to keep myself focused. I'm going to try to do things to relax, try to do things to make me feel better, try to feel comfort whenever I can, try to pose new possibilities. But I'm not going to get down on myself because I had to cry. Because what happens a lot of times is if you cry, you're going to feel better afterwards because you let it out. If you don't cry, you're never going to feel better. You're just going to feel like resentment inside of you because you weren't allowing yourself to cry. So you're going to kind of hate yourself because you're like not letting yourself do what you naturally wanted to do. So I think, we're allowed to feel a gazillion different emotions. Manifesting is about aligning with something as truth. So you're aligning with this new result. You could pose the suggestion of the new result, the what if possibility. You can make these brilliant suggestions to what can possibly be in your world. That can make you feel better. It can make you feel more peace. Honestly, when you're manifesting something, like it's impossible to be happy and elated all the time. Like if you strive to do that, you are going to crash because nobody can stay happy, 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 happy all the time. Not even me. Like I can't. So just try to stay calm and neutral. That's all you're looking for. You're trying to avoid the not so good feelings. But if something came up and you have to address that, get it out of your system so that way you can get back more to a neutral state. But if you did feel bad, like that's not going to erase anything, it's not going to wipe anything out, it's not going to put you back to square one. It's just not, because all of that positive energy you put out is so much stronger, and what I mean by positive energy, I don't mean positivity. I mean the fuel that you were adding to your desire. So this idea of being at one with your desire. Because like I said, there's plenty of negative people that manifest things easily. So they feel these things as truth. They feel they're allowed to be billionaires or millionaires or I don't know, have a wife and 5 children. They're all like gorgeous movie stars. But they align themselves as knowing that this is who they are, like they know their own name. So, when you're adding fuel to something that is, that's positive energy, but it isn't happy positive energy, if that makes sense. Like it could be, but it's not a requirement. I hope that made sense. Okay, well, we are going to close up for the day, 400th video, but do catch out the video I released this morning on how to make someone want to love you. Tomorrow's video is how to manifest fast, and that is a really good one. Thank you for joining me for the 400th video celebration. If you do want to work with me one-on-one, VeronicaIsles.com is the place to go. Do subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell icon to first be notified as to when I release new content. Also, when I go online live next, answering your questions, we'll have another celebration at 450. I'll have to do something really special at 500. But I am releasing a ton of new videos, like 25 days of Christmas, 25 straight days of videos. Oh, Gloria M., I love you too. And I'll be with you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, or maybe it's Sunday if you're in a different part of the world. Try to do something for yourself today. Feel good. Treat yourself to something lovely and beautiful, even if it's just a compliment. Do something nice for yourself and do something nice for the people that are currently in your world. That's how you'll attract your specific person. That's how you will attract your job, the money you need to pay off your debts, whatever you're seeking right now. Be very mindful and aware to be thankful and display gratitude to what you do currently have, and it will multiply like crazy mad. Have a good rest of your day.